All right. Kitty cats everywhere. So we're going to work on a building that's going to go on this road. I've decided that eventually, just because you can't build anything too easily on an angle in Minecraft, this road may go straight this way. But right here behind the church, we're going to go ahead and put a building right there. And the building, I have decided, is going to be based on a Greek amphitheater. Very simple design. And it's going to go right up on top of the hill behind the church. It's not the biggest building in the world, but it is going to look really good there. And then it's going to allow for this road. As it continues this way, there's going to be a road that cuts back in between the church and the amphitheater. That will help complete this whole corner that the church is on. And then that will also begin the buildings that are going on the road to Village Tower. And honestly, my last video was about 2 hours long. We're going to see if we can speed that up a bit this time. Not sure if that's what you want. If you like the longer videos, let me know in the comments. If you like the shorter videos, let me know in the comments. That's one of the big problems with doing stuff like this. You can generate so much content, and it just starts to get harder to edit and wade through it all. But anyway, let's get this thing built, and then I'll show you what it's for. I designed this building in Creative, and then I used Lightmatica to bring it into this world as a schematic, and I used that to lay down sort of the base layer, just to kind of help me see where it all goes. Once I had that base layer down, for the most part, I was able to just go through and build the rest of it. I made a few changes along the way from what I actually made in Creative, and I was very happy with the way that this all turned out. One of those changes is I noticed that I needed to extend both sides by 1 block to keep the symmetry of the archways. So I ripped down both sides real quick and extended it out that 1 block. I'm surprised I did not catch that when I designed this in Creative. Raise your hand if you're annoyed by wandering traders. So these are just stone bricks and deep slate bricks. And then for the bleachers, I obviously just use stone. There's a polished deep slate for the floor that's in the little space kind of in the middle. We'll address that later. And then the floor of the main space is polished diorite. I'm using waxed copper for the roof. And funny story about that is I'm pretty new to Minecraft, as I've said before, so I'm not just this expert who knows all these things. So when I needed copper, I went ahead and made 4 times as much copper as I actually needed, because I didn't realize that each copper block was going to turn into 4 of the copper blocks that I used. Oops. The stage is just oak planks. I figured that was an appropriate stage material. And I surrounded it with water. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you why. I just thought it looked cool. I mean, part of the reason why is I really wanted a separation from the audience and the stage. And just water made a good separation. And I used blocks of lapis to give it the effect that it's deeper than it is. I wanted to provide enough light that monsters wouldn't show up, and so I went with the soul lanterns. Gosh, that's just such a small amount of light, but boy did that look good. So the idea for the curtains just kind of came to me because of how I have been doing my maps. One of my main maps, I can just walk right through it into another room, and that was done by using these signs. So I decided I was just going to stack the signs on top of each other, and I spent a ton of time on a live stream making the red map tiles, which is essentially just a whole chunk of netherrack. So the netherrack and red wool makes exactly the same red tile, and I'm able to use that to give it kind of a curtain effect. After getting it all done, I did actually realize that I had to move it back by 1 block, which is always fun. And then I wanted a way of indicating when the person on the stage is talking. And I figured the pressure plate with the redstone lamp could probably do it. And then after a while, I realized, oh no, things are spawning on the roof, so I've got to fix that. So all of these solid blocks ended up getting swapped out for stairs. It didn't change the look of the roof that much. Like, honestly, you could never tell. Ultimately, I decided I didn't want that many pressure plates on the stage. And so I sort of changed out the configuration a little bit. All I really need is places to stand for the actors. And then they'll light up. So this will help. All right, so now when we walk up this road, past this lovely little church, we're going to see a big, bold Greek amphitheater, complete with waxed copper roof. These ladders are not a permanent part of the structure, so let me get these taken down. Perfect. And the kind of the only other thing that I had thought about doing is maybe taking this and insetting it into the floor. I like it. Let's do this one. This one. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna pretty up the place. Loving it. Absolutely beautiful. And so the way this is set up is at night, there should be just enough light in here for that not to happen. And obviously that's not the case. Holy cow, they can jump up out of the water. Where did he even come from? Ow. Nothing can spawn on the roof. I don't know where he came from. Now, the good news is I'm recording this, so I'll be able to check and get him without blowing it up. I need my arrow. There it is. Here he comes. I heard him. Where you at, creeper? dogs on stage. Silly thing, okay, for real. So now the way this is going to work is we can turn these lights off if we're going to actually have a performance at night, which I believe is going to be the best time for a performance here. And the actresses, they will be standing on these pressure plates to light up the area when they're saying their lines. When it comes to Minecraft, it is really hard to know if you have a bunch of people standing around who's talking when you're watching Minecraft videos. And so this is a way to put on some simple plays. There are a lot of plays in the public domain. Put on a simple play, and the characters can stand on a spot when it's their turn to talk and stand off the spot when they're not talking. This also works up here. It's like a elevated stage, balcony for dialogue between two people. We've got offshoot little balcony stages for, you know, Romeo, Romeo, all that. Where art thou? Kind of stuff. And as you can see and hear, I really need to monster-proof this better. I looked right at that guy. I wonder what he's going to do. Oh, there's that. And then when you're done using it, you just turn these on, and nothing should spawn over here, except for I do need to figure out where that creeper came from. But there you have it. A nice, simple, Greek-inspired amphitheater. And the next thing to do is to continue this road and pretty this whole area up. And we are going to do that on the live stream. If you're watching this the very next Tuesday, even if it's today, I'm going to be working on all this area and making this look all perfect. So thanks for taking a look at my new Greek amphitheater. I hope you hang out and see all the other builds that are going to go on this road all the way up to Village Tower, and the wonderful things we're going to get into and all the fun adventures. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we had a lot of fun. Stay tuned, see what's going to go on in here, and really hope you like the Greek amphitheater. We will see you next time. Goodbye.